Namaste everyone and welcome back again to another yoga session with me. Um, Today, tonight, this evening, whenever you're planning to do it, this yoga session will be focused on the kidneys. And not just the kidneys, but it will be focused on the kidney meridians. If you don't know too much about it, I would really suggest just to watch a little video that I've put up here or up here. I don't know where it's gonna appear, but if you see some text coming over your screen, that's the video that I'm recommending. The reason why I'm not gonna tell too much about it, about the kidney meridian or just the meridians in general, is because it's something called traditional Chinese medicine. It's the discipline where it's coming from, and I'm not schooled in it, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. There are many people that are really amazing, and they've also been posting their videos online telling you more about traditional Chinese medicine, so just check those out. And I'm gonna stick to the stuff I know, which is yoga. The only thing that I can tell you about this particular yoga session will be that it's best to be performed after 7, especially because it's yin yoga. So we want to do it more in the evening rather than in the morning or the afternoon. Of course, if you're just planning on a very chill, lazy day, you can also do it in the morning. It's all up to you. But to have the best benefit, the most benefit out of this yoga session, it's better to do it in the evening. That said, um, let's begin. In this session, you won't be needing any props at all. If you would need something, it's always good to have 1 or 2 blocks aside. Just see whatever you prefer. If you don't have any blocks, no worries, it's all good. And then you can come and sit into a comfortable position, maybe the way I'm sitting now. I will do another video about how to sit properly within yoga next time, but for now, just go sit in a cross-legged position, sit as I'm sitting now. Maybe you can sit on a bolster or a block, whatever you prefer. And then it's time for you to gently close your eyes. And when you've closed your eyes and you're sitting in a comfortable position, you just, for a quick minute, notice your breathing. You're just going to have a little look at that breath that you're taking at the moment. And without any judgment, you just let it flow on every inhale and exhale. You're just gently letting it be for what it is, just letting it flow for how it's flowing. And maybe by just observing your breathing, you might find out that you're just relaxing more and more with every breath you take. You just feel yourself getting more and more relaxed. And the more comfortable you are, the more you might see that you actually breathe more heavily, deeply, deeper, more profound. And don't change anything at all, just let it be for what it is. And then when you're ready, you can bring the palms together in front of your heart, and then gently you can lower your head. So bring your chin towards your chest. And then gently open up your eyes again. Let your eyes adjust to the light and then raise your head again. You can lower your hands again, and then we're gonna start with our first pose for today, which is half ankle stretch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come on our knees like this. So we're gonna bring our feet together, our buttocks come onto our heels, and you might know this position already, but before we do a full ankle stretch, we're first gonna go into a half ankle stretch. Um, I'm gonna do the full ankle stretch as well. However, if you have any issues with your knees or your ankles, I would just prefer you to do the half ankle stretch instead, rather than hurting yourself, maybe even more. So what we're gonna do is, while we're in this position, we're gonna put our hands to our sides, or bringing our hands onto the mat next to ourselves, and then we're gonna raise our right leg. And when we're in this position, we feel that the top of our foot is pushed into the mat without doing a lot of muscle work. So while we lift our right leg, we're gonna stay in this position for 2 minutes. And very gently, it doesn't need to be very hard. Just a gentle lift. So I'll see you guys again in 2 minutes. And if you want, you can also bring your hands in front of you on your lap or in front of your heart, whatever you prefer. Very good. And then on an exhale, we gently bring our knee back to the mat. And then we're gonna bring our hands back to our side to change sides here. So on the inhale, we raise our left leg now. And again, we're gonna be here for about 2 minutes. So make yourself comfortable. You can leave your hands here if you want. You can also bring your hands onto your lap if you feel that you're balanced enough. Also try to play a little bit with the right position. Maybe we can bring your back a little bit backwards just to feel a deeper stretch. It's all up to you, and I will see you again in 2 minutes. Then, on the next exhale, we lower our legs back onto the mat. And then now we're going to go into a full ankle stretch. I have to say, we're not going to do a full length ankle stretch. We're just going to do it to give you that feeling how it is when you do this exercise with both legs. Even within yin yoga, we're not generally doing this pose for a very long time. So once again, just for a couple of seconds, we're gonna put our hands next to our body, next to our hips, and then on the inhale, we're gonna raise our both legs. And just for a couple of seconds, and then on the next exhale, we're gonna lower them again. And as I mentioned before, don't do this when you have any knee pain or injury on your ankle. And then from here, we're gonna come into seated position again. We're gonna open our one leg and we're gonna put our other foot into our groin area. It doesn't matter which side you want to do first. I've done left leg first and straighten up the right leg. We're gonna do a half butterfly. So on the next inhale, we're gonna raise both arms just to lengthen that spine. And then on the exhale, we're gonna bend forward and we're gonna try to keep that straightened spine. So if you feel that you can't go too deeply because you feel that you have to arch your back, sometimes it's just better to keep a straight back rather than to go too deep and then lose the alignment. So for the next 2 minutes, try to keep your back as straight as possible. And the most important part in this pose anyway is the hamstrings, which are gonna have a little stretch, and also maybe you can feel it in your hip. But in general, you shouldn't be feeling it in your back at all. So I will see you again in 2 minutes.
And then on the next inhale, you can gently come up again.
We're gonna bring both feet in front of us. And then here, we're gonna do the same thing on the next inhale. We're gonna raise both arms. We're gonna make sure that we've aligned our spine correctly. And then on the next exhale, we're gonna bend forward.
And wherever you land,
It's absolutely perfect. Just make sure that you are comfortable within the position. You might feel again a stretch in the hamstrings, which is perfectly fine. If you feel that um, your hamstrings are too tight, just bend the knees a little bit. Just be aware that within yin yoga, we are trying to stretch deeply, meaning that you might feel a bit of discomfort within the position.
alright, and then gently close your eyes. And also here, we're gonna stay for the next 2 minutes. And don't be worried if you can't go as deep as you'd like, it's perfectly fine as long
As you feel the stretch, yoga is not about the form, it is about what you feel, what you experience.
and then on the next inhale, gently come up again.
All right, very good. Then from here, we're gonna take our left leg now and we're gonna open it up, and then we're gonna bring our right foot into our groin. And as we did before, we're gonna inhale, bring our arms up in the air. We're gonna lengthen our spine, straighten our spine. And then on the exhale, we're bending forward. And I'm not going to do a lot of explanation anymore at this point for this position, so you can just close your eyes and I will wake you up again, or not wake up, but and I will guide you up again when the time is there.
next inhale, you gently come up again.
And then from here, we're gonna open that right leg as well. Also here, we're gonna raise our arms on the inhale. And then we're gonna bend forward to go into full dragonfly pose. So now, it's not so much the hamstrings that you're gonna feel, it's more the inside of your leg, the groin area, a little bit the hamstrings, but mostly the groin you should feel now. And we're not gonna stay too long here, again, just about 2 minutes.
So close your eyes again and just keep on breathing. And then on the next inhale, we come
Up again. We're gonna close our legs and we're actually gonna come into child's pose. So we're gonna bring our little toes together. We're gonna bring our hips, our buttocks in between the heels, and then we're gonna come forward, put our head on the mat, or forehead on the mat, and we're gonna be here for 3 minutes now. This is a resting position, so for the next 3 minutes, try to be aware of your body. Feel if you can already sense any differences in your body as well. But make sure that you don't make any judgments about them. Just look at those changes. Maybe you can see there's different sensation in your left side rather than in your right side, or vice versa. And know that this is all fine.
Very good. And from here, we're gonna come into frog pose. So we're gonna keep our arms on the mat. We're just gonna raise our hips a little bit. We're gonna bring our feet outside and we're actually gonna walk with our legs outwards until we feel a stretch in our groins. And if we want, we can bring our arms a little bit more backwards just to get that sensation a little bit deeper. So just a quick repeat. What we're doing now is we're bringing our knees and legs more outwards and our arms are more or less in a 90-degree angle, bent. And we're gonna be here for the next 2 minutes. So you can close your eyes again and focus on your breathing. Also make sure that your spine is quite straight rather than putting a curve in your back. And if you have any issues with your knees or your hips, just come out of this position and go on to the next one, where we're gonna go into the same position but not as deeply. Alright, very good. And now we're gonna bring our arms forward again. We're gonna straighten our right leg. And then we're just gonna come onto our belly. We're putting our hands on top of each other and the right cheek goes on top of your hands and your left leg just stays where it was in full frog pose. Or if you just come now into half frog pose, you can also bend the knee into a 90-degree angle and put your cheek on your hands. can bring both feet back together next to each other, and then we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna turn my back towards you guys just for 2 minutes. I'm deeply sorry about it, but that's the way it is. So bend now your right knee, put your hands on top of each other again, but now put your left cheek onto your hands, and I will see you guys in 2 minutes. Alright, and when you're done now, you can bring your feet back together, and we're gonna go onto our back now into cosmic egg, or better said, reclined cosmic egg. So we're gonna bring our knees towards our chest, and we're gonna wrap around arms around our legs, and we're gonna bring our head towards our knees. And just for 1 minute or even shorter, we're gonna be here. And then release on exhale. You can keep your knees bent towards your belly, because we're gonna go into happy baby. So we're gonna take our big fingers with our index and our middle finger. If you want, if you feel you have the opening, you can also take the outside of both feet, and then you just open your legs up. And before we're gonna start, if you want, you can give your back a little massage by rocking from left to right. Just a little. And then come back to the middle. And then close your eyes, and we're gonna stay here for 2 minutes again. Very good. And then from here, you can bring your feet back together and bring the feet back to the ground. And you can prepare yourself to go into Shavasana. So you can bring your feet about hip width apart. The back of your hands goes into the mat, a little bit away from your body. And then you can gently close your eyes. Maybe your feet fall outwards towards the mat. And then for the next 5 minutes, we're gonna be here. And you don't have to do anything at all anymore. You've reached the point where you can just let it be. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to control anything. This is a moment of complete stillness. Even your breath is just flowing. Even if you don't do anything at all. So try to be here for the next 5 minutes in complete silence. And after the 5 minutes, I will guide you back so you can continue with the rest of your day or evening. then, when you're ready, bring back movement into your fingers and your toes. Your hands and your feet. Your arms and your legs. And maybe stretch yourself out completely like you're waking up in the morning again. And then, when you are ready, come onto your right side just for another minute or something until the moment you feel you're ready to get up again. So take your time and on your own movement, bring yourself back into a seated position. And then you can bring your hands together in front of your chest, lower your head, and gently open your eyes again. Let them adjust to the light. And then you can bring your head up again. Alright, that was it for today. Thank you once again for being here. Of course, if you enjoyed the sequence and you haven't subscribed just yet, make sure that you click the subscribe button down below. And I try to make videos twice a week, so get notified if you don't want to miss them. Also, if there is anything, if you want to ask anything, just drop a message in the comment section down below, and I will see you next time. Namaste.